Hi there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It's Sunday, and it's my Sunday Night Live. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm going to thank you in advance for stopping in. It's been a great weekend here, and I hope you had one as well. Ready to relax and watch a little live with me and get excited about some information for October 4th. Yes, October 4th. Let me grab my notes. Hi, hello Louise. Hi Mary, welcome. Welcome everybody. I see Roz, I see Mary, I see Louise. I think it's about 7. It sure is. So we're going to get started right on time. I have some announcements to make before we get started. Did you guys watch the Stampin' Up World Card Making event that Stampin' Up had for free on October 1st, which was Saturday? Oh my gosh, I did. It was 3 hours long, but I enjoyed every single minute. I think it's one of the best online events they've had for a while. It was simple for customers. It was informative for demonstrators. It was just, yes, Louise did. It was just a wonderful, wonderful event. If you missed it and you want to see it, there is a replay, so you can go watch it anytime. Just go to the Stampin' Up website, hi Annie, and click on World Card Making Day. Sorry, I couldn't talk for a minute. Hey Diane. So I think you'll enjoy it, and you can stamp along if you have the stamp sets they used. I'm going to show you the cards today that I made while I was watching. But I want to announce that on October 4th, Stampin' Up, hi Deborah French, Stampin' Up has mentioned that it's free shipping for qualified orders of $75 or more. All right. And that is super good. It's the beginning of the month. If there's things you've been wanting, you can get them and have no shipping charge that day only, 24 hours. So make sure you don't forget that. Also, if you're interested in signing up to be a demonstrator, the value of the kit is $155 instead of the regular $125. The price is still $99, and there is no shipping on that either. There never is. Just pay the tax in your state. So there is a new collection. It's called Fitting Florets, and it's absolutely stunning. I love everything about it, the DSP, the dies, the stamps, the embellishments. It's absolutely stunning. Hi Rosemary, we can order that on October 4th as well, we being demonstrators, and all of you, if you're a customer, can order it on November 1st. When I get mine, I'm going to start playing with it right away, and I'm going to schedule a class in November, I'm pretty sure. The second weekend of the month is what I'm going for right now, but I'll announce the dates when I get everything firmed down. But you're going to love this collection, even if you just get the stamps and the dies. Hi, Jan. But the designer series paper is heavenly, beautiful. So I'm excited about that. Now, some of the products in this collection are exclusive. What does that mean? They're while supplies last, and that would be the gold swirl adhesive back gems and the designer series paper. And then there's another stamp set called Framed and Festive Stamp Set. Now, what's so special about this designer series paper that I'm talking about? Not only is it floral for throughout the year, that there is some that will work for Christmas. So that's why they've added a stamp set to go with it called Framed and Festive Stamp Set. Now the dies, if you didn't see this, you can go see everything that I'm talking about by going to World Card Making Day and click on the link and watch it. But the dies are ovals, and they're like frames, and they're ornate, and they're beautiful, and I am so excited about it. You can tell because I talk way too fast when I'm excited. and I cannot wait to get my hands on them. They are my style completely. I love anything elegant, and they definitely are that. So those are the announcements I wanted to make. October 4th, which is, today is the 3rd, right? No, today is the 2nd. So that's Tuesday. Let's see, Saturday was 1st, so today's the 2nd. So Tuesday, yes. So look forward to seeing you. Now I'm gonna flip you down so you can see my host code for the month in case you want to get in on that no shipping day on the 4th. And if you're interested, I have a few people that are interested in becoming a demonstrator. I've spoke to you already, but if there's anybody else who wants to be on my team, let me know, and I will give you whatever information you need about that kit. Okay, let me turn you down to my desk so we can start to stamp. Let's see here. All right, there is my name. Just in case you're new, I'm Beverlee Morales. I live in Tracy, California, and I've been a demonstrator forever and a day. A long time, 27 years, I believe it is. I always lose track of that. Here's my host code for October, and there's where you can shop with me, beverleestamps.stampinup.net. I also have a YouTube channel, my name plus Stampin' Up, and you can watch the replays there. And please, if you have any friends that don't have Facebook but would like to watch my videos, they can be sent to YouTube, and they can watch them there. This is my email. That's the fastest way to get a hold of me if you need to get a hold of me, and I will answer you right away. Hey, Pamela, how are you? All right, we have a winner for the card I made Tuesday. So let's see who that is. If you're on here and you're not letting me know, not telling me your name or anything, just comment in the comment section so you too can possibly win whatever it is I'm making tonight. So the winner of last Tuesday's card, Gabriella. Congratulations, Gabriella. You have to tell me, I have a feeling that I have your address. Oh, here's my book right here. Let me see real quick if I have your address. Because if I do, I can send this off in the morning. But if I don't, you have until Tuesday to get a hold of me with your address. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see it, Gabriella. So please send it to me, and then I will get this card off to you. If you use my email, that would be great. Let me throw it up here one more time. So hi, Kathy Spencer. How are you? There's my email, Gabriella. So you can email me and give me your address. Okay. Now, Kathy Spencer, I'm going to ask you this question. Are you Alice Spencer's sister or relative in any way? I'm just curious because I spent some time with Alice Spencer this weekend, and she is just delightful. I love her, and I don't know if you are related or not. Okay, so I finally caught you live. Yay! Okay, so I am using the Hello Harvest stamp set and the coordinating dies that go with the stamp set. I have the wrong ones out here right now. Let me see. Here they are. They're called Rustic Pumpkin dies. I love these dies so much. I love fall and I love pumpkins. So I have shown you in the, no, my husband's family is from Maine. Okay. All right. Alice was telling me about her sister knowing about me. So I thought just maybe that was you. Okay. So anyway, I've shown you how to make cards, and we're using this bundle for the open house make and take. So please RSVP if you're coming. That's the 6th of October from 1 to 7. When you RSVP, just let me know about what time you think you'll be here. And that's just for seating arrangements. And then you will have a free make and take if you RSVP. And I need to know by Tuesday, please, because then if I have to make more packets, I'll have a little bit of time to do that. So this is the bundle I'm using. Now this bundle is retired. That's what the R means on my product, but you may have it. A lot of my customers do. Playful Alphabet. I love this alphabet because of its size. Well, I love it for two reasons. The size is one reason, because it fits well on small home decor and it fits well on cards. The other reason I like it so much is because it shows me where I can place the letters when I'm done, and I don't just have them all over the place and takes me forever and a day to find the letter or the number or the symbol that I need. But these are retired. The reason I'm showing them to you, though, is, like I said, some of my customers have them, and there's another alphabet set in the catalog that you may want to get. Once you buy an alphabet set, it's so awesome. I have 2 or 3 myself. I used to retire them out when they were no longer in the catalogs, but now I've decided for years now to keep them because each alphabet set can do something different than the other ones. So this one is perfect for my project today, so that's why I used it. And if you're wondering where this bundle is, it's on page 50 of the current mini. Okay, so there is the bundle. Or you can get the stamps by themselves or the dies by themselves, whatever you want to do. And this is the current mini catalog, July through December. Okay. The other thing I am using is this beautiful 12 by 12 Gingham Cottage paper. Mine looks like a wreck because I've been in it so much, but it's all these ginghams of different colors, light, dark, bright, white. Oh, oh my gosh, so many papers in there, and it's a huge, huge pack. So I'm using that today. I'm also using the Evening Evergreen Satin Ribbon. There's the code there if you'd like that. And the other ribbon I'm using is the Orchid Oasis in color, the new ribbon. I'm going to emboss again. I've been on an embossing kick. I know. I haven't embossed in forever, and now I'm embossing like a crazy person. Versamark ink and Black Memento ink is what I'm using, and another retired item, a 1/2-inch circle punch. I have 2 projects I'm showing you tonight, so these are things I'm using on both projects. You're going to need your silicone craft sheet, and I did mount in advance some of the Gingham Cottage DSP onto cardboard just so it's a little bit thicker for my 3D projects. I like the substance of that. And I cut out the word pumpkin in advance just to save a little time, but I will do some die cutting. I'm also going to show you how I use the gilded leafing, and I'm doing this twofold. Work smarter, not harder. Right? Well, some of you are coming to open house, and we're going to be doing this that I'm going to show tonight on the make and take card. So you'll see it in advance, and you'll know how to do it in advance of being here on Thursday. Okay, so shall I show you the project? I think I will. So you can get these black chalkboard arrows or black chalkboard items at the Dollar Tree, on Amazon, different places. And this one was a gift to me. In fact, I got a box of them, a bunch of them, like 12 of them from a friend. And I've had them and I use them all the time. But I love to make home decor for my house. I love to add to my decor every single year. So yes, I have a ton of it. But when people come over, for instance, today, my grandsons asked if they could have dinner at our house. They did all the work, and they both invited their friends, and oh my goodness, they're all in their 20s, and their girlfriends were just so thrilled with everything. They asked if they could see all my decorations in the house and things, and I just love that. I love to make it festive for whatever holiday is coming around. So you don't have to just use your stamps and dies for cards. I want to make sure that you decorate your home a little bit, or you make gifts for people. Okay, I'm glad. Thanks for the hearts, and I'm glad you like it. All right, so where do I start? Let's start with the pumpkin and the gilding. So I already cut out, this is one of the dies, and this is another one of the dies, and I cut it out twice. And you put your pumpkin together, I do with dimensionals like this. But actually, I am going to put it together. I was going to say before I do that, I'm going to put the gilding on, but no, I did put it together and then put the gilding on. So I'm just going to flip it over, go over to my dimensional case, and put down these 2 sides with dimensionals. Okay, now they are together, and I am going to take my glue, and I'm going to show you real close. See the embossing on these pumpkins? They're so pretty in person, and with the gold leafing, they even become prettier and prettier. So I'm taking my multi-purpose glue, and I'm just swirling it around on that embossing. That's just giving me places to select for the gold leafing. And it's very important, unless you want to get glue all over your fingers and hands, and I don't think you do, to push the glue around with the nose of the applicator. And I'm putting it on the edges of the pumpkins, of the pieces of the pumpkins, and on the embossed areas. Now, anywhere there is glue, the leafing is going to stick. So, we are going to, the reason I'm doing this first is, see how when it starts to dry, it gets clear. This was all white, but now it's getting clear. That means it's setting up. So I want to set that up a little bit before I go to the leafing. All right, so then I will put the rest of the pumpkin together after the leafing. Here's the ribbon I talked about. These, the stem and the little curly cues are all in the dies, and these stars are from last month's paper pumpkin. So I have those here too to use to add to that pumpkin. It makes it super cute. So you don't have to just use your paper pumpkin pieces on your paper pumpkin projects. Well, that was hard to say. You can add them to everything. I also used it for the I on the word pumpkin. So it says, wishing you the loveliest day, pumpkin. I love a sweet Halloween. I don't like a scary Halloween. So that's what we're going to do. I also already cut out all the letters that we need using the alphabet I talked about, and I'm going to turn those over on my silicone mat. Hey, Karen, how are you feeling today, my dear? We missed you yesterday. We had a great time, but we missed you. So I'm going to turn these letters all over, and I am going to add the same glue that I just used on the back of these and also let them set up. Now, I'm letting them set up for a different reason than this. I don't want to get glue all over my hands, so I'm letting that one set up. And I'm letting these set up so when I place them on my plaque, they won't slip and slide. When I put them down, they will stay where I put them. However, they will allow me to straighten them out or move them if I don't like where I place them. So that's why I'm doing this now. It's just easier prep. Hi, Peggy, welcome. Okay, so I'm just kind of drawing on the back. And I mentioned I use cardboard because I like how it helps the DSP not be so thin. All right, so that's ready. So now we can go to the gilding. I'm going to set this aside to dry. My gilding is in a box. It's a tin, a Stampin' Up! Tin from another project years ago. And it's very flyaway and light. So you want to be careful with it so you don't lose it. This is sticky now. Some of it's still white, but most of it's clear. So I am just going to turn my pumpkin over and stick it in here and tap, and it's going to look like a hairy gold mess, doesn't it? I'm going to lightly run my fingers over, and some of it will start to fall off. Hi, Sandy. And I'm going to try to get most of that right back in my can. And remember, you're going to get to do this at open house. Still looks like a pretty hairy gold mess, but trust me, it'll be pretty in a minute. as most of it gets put back in the can, then I get a little rougher with it. So it only stays where the glue was or is. One of my guests that's coming on Thursday, she says, "You're brave letting us all use that." Well, I want you to learn, and it's okay. It's fun. It's beautiful stuff. So now I have a sponge in my case, and I actually rub really hard with my sponge, and then most of that, it gets smooth, and most of it gets off onto the sponge, and I can finish up that way. Okay, so now every place that had glue on it is now covered up and not sticky because it has the gold leafing on it. Alrighty, so now we have a beautiful pumpkin, don't you think? Let me cover this up. Like I said, it's very flyaway, so I don't want it to fly anywhere. And now I've got this pumpkin that I can add the stem to. I also cut those out in advance. They're in my little magnetic tray. The stem is even embossed. I'm going to take a mini glue dot and press my stem, the front of my stem, onto the mini glue dot, and then I'm going to place it at the back of the pumpkin. Now notice I did not pull the paper backing off the dimensionals because I don't want this sticking to anything yet. Hi, Janet. Okay, so now the little curly cues. There's 3 of them. You definitely don't have to use all of them. In fact, this one, I think, looks really cute on the pumpkin, like so. And this one, I think, looks really cute sticking up like so. And then this one on a card can even be down towards the bottom. So you can put them wherever you'd like. And mini glue dots are little tiny circles. Let me show you one up close. Little tiny clear circles. There's one right there. But when they're wider than your project, you can just lift up one end and roll it. And when you roll it, it now can be placed on a thin item such as these, what I call curly cues. And then you can place them down. Now remember, we're also going to have some ribbon there too. So let me do that to these. I think I'm going to use these 2 only this time. And I'm going to stick this one. Remember, these 2 are layered. I'm going to stick it underneath and sticking up like that. Okay, so there's my pumpkin. I'll keep that guy for another project. So I can take my arrow now. And I can place my pumpkin right on there. And I think the black really, really pops when you add this pumpkin on there. All right, so let me get some glue. Oh no, I have dimensionals back there. I forgot. So let me pull the paper backing off. And these 4 little dimensionals, you can add more if you'd like, will keep the pumpkin down onto your arrow. All right, let's go to our ribbon. Just finish up this. Where's my ribbon scissors? There they are. So I put a little piece of ribbon on my ribbon scissors, so I know to only use these for my ribbon so they don't get, so they don't need sharpening. If you use them on paper, they'll get dull. I double my ribbon, and then I'm just making a bow. Okay, just manipulate your loops and your tails till you have your bow looking like you want it to look. Hi, Yvonne. And then more I push on the loops to get them to separate, and then I pull them apart. That's the whole point for me, is the fluff of the bow. And then I'll take another mini glue dot. In fact, I take 2 for bows. I don't want them coming off. And I just press on them really hard. They come off on the ribbon, and then I stick it down on my pumpkin. Now I can take my ribbon scissors again, and I can cut this in half, and then I can trim these to the length that I would like them to be. Very simple. All right, our letters are still on our silicone mat. So we're going to take them, and they're going to be able to stick to your fingers without your fingers getting gluey, if that's a word. Sticky is probably better, because it's set up. And see how clear it is now? But yet, it can be moved if you get something crooked. But I'm going to use this white line on this one, and I'm going to try to stay the same distance apart from each letter. See, I'm touching that, and it's sticking to my finger, helping me handle it, but it's nothing there. I mean, I know I say it all the time, but it's so important for me to get my work done without a mess, is to let my glue set up. So there we go. Now I'm going to add my little purple. And I did double that also. And I'm going to come around here. I've told you before, I love purple for Halloween with the blacks and the oranges and the greens. And this has all of them on it. So it just coordinates with everything. And tie that bow here on the hanger. Now the hanger, this black arrow did come with a hanger, but I took it off and used our linen thread instead. And you can make your bows as big as you want. I think I'm going to leave this one pretty big. And trim this long leg there. And now I can hang this wherever I want when I'm finished. Okay, so the pumpkin I thought was very pretty, but I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to take the bigger stars that came in our paper pumpkin kit, and I'm just going to add a few of those. And tell me, do you not think that just adds to the project, wherever you want them to be? Let me see, I have 4, so let's add one more for our odd number. Yeah, somebody else agrees. They just do. They just add. Oh, and I need one for my eye. It is black on black, but it's shiny, so you can see it. Okay, so now we're going to take a piece of designer series paper, the same piece I used before to cut out my letters for my pumpkin, and it's still on cardboard, and I am going to take my Versamark ink and I'm going to emboss the banner and wishing you the loveliest of days. So this little stamp is in the stamp set. Thanks, Cookie. And I'm just going to stamp it with Versamark ink. And we have a black embossing powder that is retired again, but again, I know that my demonstrators, because I gave them all this for a gift one time, have it, and I know my customers bought it. But if you don't have it, remember, you can emboss black ink with clear embossing powder, and you'll have the same thing. Well, this one's glittery, so it won't be exactly the same. See all the glitter in that? But it'll be black. Okay. So I forgot to use my embossing buddy. The embossing buddy comes with the tray. This is the embossing buddy. So if I would have wiped this down first, all this extra powder would not be hanging around like it is. Okay, so that proves to you what the embossing buddy does for you. It takes away any static that's in the air on the paper, and then this fine powder doesn't stick to it. But I'm going to cut it out anyway, so it's not bothering me this time. But if it would have been a card, I would have been upset with myself. Okay, I'm just taking off the lid, putting the powder back into its jar, and then putting my brush and my embossing buddy and the Versamark back in my tray. And now I need, oops, I see a part that I didn't get. Well, that's good for you to see too. Because if there is no powder there, it's not going to emboss. So let me go back and throw some more on there. See that? Let's just throw some more on there for good behavior. And then I will put that back in a minute because I have so much to show you. Okay, let's heat up my tool. Grab it over here. These tweezers also come with the tray, so it holds down my paper so I don't burn my fingers. And I'm just going to hold this here until, hi Joyce, until it embosses. There it goes, starting to get shiny. Hi Jean, you're good. I didn't warm up my tool, so it's taking longer than normal. Hi, Lori. Yes, I do too. I love the addition of the stars to the pumpkin. It really made a difference. Okay, let me see if everything's embossed. Because I have to run this through the cut and emboss machine and cut it out. And if it's not all embossed, it will just rub away. So embossing is the Versamark ink is sticky. The powder sticks to it. You heat it up, and it embosses together, and then it's done. And you can do whatever you want with it. You let this cool off a second. I'm going to go to my dies. Here they are, Rustic Pumpkin. And here is the banner that cuts this out. So let me put all these back into my tray for now and bring over my machine. I have number 1, the cutting die plates, number 2 and number 3, then my project, then the die, and the die has a smooth edge and it has a cutting edge. You want the cutting edge down against your project. You're going to take your time and line it up. Check top, bottom, sides, get it as close as you can. And then I use Post-it note tape to keep it still. And then I put the second number 3 plate on there and run it through. Okay. Okay, just going to pop this out. And there is my lovely banner. Okay, so now back to my arrow. Wishing you the loveliest day, pumpkin. So cute. All right, we're going to put that on with dimensional. I crack up myself when I fall in love with this stuff. I already made one and I still fell in love with it again just right now. Silly me. And dimensionals work again. Let's get the paper backings off. I got one underneath. That will do no harm, so I'm just going to leave it. Nobody will ever know but you and me and whoever else watches this video. Okay. Oh, my bow came undone. Well, that's different. Guess I didn't pull the knot tight enough. There. Did you guys know that when you go, it makes it tighter? All right. So isn't this just a darling project to hang somewhere on a door, anywhere you want, just a little bit of cuteness for Halloween? I think it's adorable. All right, now I have stars on the banner as well. And now we're all done. I just think it's adorable. I hope you guys like it too. Now, I'm going to teach you something else right now. Do you guys know how, is it hard for you guys to make stars? Since we're on stars. It's hard for me to draw a star. So, of course it does, you need the noise. So I was working with my Simply Score tool and a 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper. This is the black and white pack. And I just laid the whole 12 by 12 on my Simply Score tool. And I used the wide end of the ball of the stylus, and I just scored. This one's already done, but I just scored it 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 11, all the way across. And this is a 12 by 12, so I have 12 sections, and they're all scored already. Then I took my paper trimmer, and I decided how wide or how narrow I wanted my stars to be. And I have a garland in the house, which I can't take apart and bring out here to show you, but you can just believe me, or when you come over, you'll see it. I have a garland in my house, and it's fluffy, and it's striped orange and off-white, and it's just really cute. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. Let's see, I think I'm going to do 2.5. And I added stars to it with this paper, and it made a world of difference. It just really made it cute. So I just chose 2.5 inches random right now. So now I have this piece left to make another star. And now I'm going to mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, this whole piece like an accordion. And then you're going to take the time to burnish. Burnishing is important for all score lines, especially one that's going to be a 3D item and you need to see the shape of the star. Okay, then I opened it back up, and I took that 1/2 inch circle punch that I talked about that's retired, but I think you guys might have them. And I put the punch in until it stopped, and I punched a hole, and then I skipped a panel, and I went to the second one and did the same thing. Now this 1/2 inch punch happens to line up right in the middle of these score lines, so that was absolutely perfect. So a 1 inch score line, skip a panel, and make these holes in every other panel. Then I flipped it around, and I did the same thing on the panels that I skipped the first time. I'm going to make the holes in those this time. So I have holes at the top and holes at the bottom, kind of zigzags because I skipped them. Skipped panels each time I did it. Okay, now let's accordion fold it again, make sure those score lines are good. Now we're going to take a V, and we're going to match up into another V, and you've got a star. Can you see that? I know my hands are in the way, but I'm going to get it together and you'll see a star. It's that simple. So we're going to pick 2 of the ends, and we're going to put glue. Ah, I got hearts, thanks. Okay, here it comes. We're going to glue this to the other side. And we have a star. Okay, Christmas is coming up. Gold stars, silver stars, blue stars, red stars, whatever your decorations call for. You can make thin stars. So if you cut, this is 2.5, so you can make it narrower. You can make them taller. You can make them wider, whatever you want to do. But it's that simple. So I'm going to take the same designer series paper, the same stamp set, but this time I'm going to use black Memento ink, and I'm going to ink up my pumpkin. And stamp him on designer series paper. Now I'm going to cut him out, so I make sure I have enough paper at the bottom and on the side so I don't get it too close to the edge and then not able to cut out the whole image. So there he is. So much cuter on DSP than just regular plain paper, don't you think? All right, so let's go to the coordinating die. I'm going to turn around and cut this out lickety-split. Okay, and then you can add your pumpkin or whatever you decide to put on this star, and I'm using it for, I have mine on a 2-tiered table, and I took a little candle, that's what the holes are for, and I drop it inside. I'm going to turn off the lights so you can see the glow through the holes. And underneath I have the scalloped circle dies. Let me turn that over so you can see. And I did both sides because you know me and my fetish about the back, the bottom has to be finished just like the rest of the sample in case somebody picks it up and checks it out. Look at the stars from Paper Pumpkin, the little spider from Paper Pumpkin, and the same ribbon that I just used. So how did I get this pumpkin to stay on one of the stars? Well, again, it's very important that you let your glue set up. So I'm going to set it there. I'm so glad, Irene, that you love it. Let it sit there for a minute, because if I put this pumpkin on that wet glue right now, it's just going to frustrate me because it's just going to keep sliding around, right? So while that's setting up, go cut out your banner. And this paper is also from the same DSP. Go to your Hello stamp and your black Memento ink. Do other things while that is having time to set up. Stamp your Hello. And I chose the light gray and white so the Hello would show up. It's the only reason I chose that. I'm loving these little Paper Pumpkin stars, and I'm about out because I'm using them on everything. And then bring over to your pumpkin. Let's flip this guy over again. And throw dimensionals back there. I keep having some underneath? Okay, pull the paper backing off and stick that right on the pumpkin. Okay, let's go back to our ribbon. I know I used purple last time, but I've got this little bit of green left, so I'm going to use that now. And I never throw away my spools because I never know what I could do with them later, so I save them. Okay, this is going to be not a double bow because there's not that much ribbon there. I probably could get a double bow out of it, but I'm not even going to try right now. We all know we need a mini glue dot now, right? And we know that we're going to put the ribbon knot, I could turn my light back on, onto the knot of the ribbon, and that we're going to use 2. And then we're going to set it in place and trim. Okay, does it look like we're set up enough for this not to shake, rattle, and roll? Let's see. Yep, it's going to stay there now. Now I'm out of my spiders, so I'm going to add a little ghost on this one. And I didn't cut out any circles. If you don't have circles, you could definitely use squares. So I'm just going to tell you that when you cut out your circle, you're going to put glue at the bottom of the star and let it set up just like I did this edge. When it's all set up, you're going to set it right on the circle, press down, and you will have a bottom to your star. And then you're going to take one of the tea light battery operated candles, and I stress battery operated candles, pull out this little guy, turn it on, and drop her in. This doesn't have its bottom in yet, so I can do it this way. But when your bottom's in, you can just drop it in. And I am going to turn off all the lights, and we're going to get a little spooky. Ooh, so cute. Okay, so if you're the winner, I'm going to send you all the parts and pieces in an envelope for you to put this together. I'll have it scored, cut, punched, everything for you. So good luck. Thank you for watching me. I have 2 of these for me and 1 more for you. I love them. So let me turn this one because this one's still a little wet so you can see the front. All right, you guys, we will see you Tuesday at 2. And those that are coming to open house, I will see you then also. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Stinking cute. Yes, stinking cute. I'm glad you guys like them. Bye-bye.